For those of you that don't know, I'm Maggie, and today we are chatting through all of my favorite travel bags. Now, there are a lot of them and they have different uses, different reasons. I only take some of them sometimes, so I just wanted to break down all of the bags that I have, those that I find extremely useful and why. Because I know a lot of people are craving travel. We're trying to get back into it. Given everything going on in the world right now, it's definitely a slow process to get back to normal. So I thought that this would be a pretty good time for you to prepare, get your hands on some things that you may need for any of your upcoming trips once the dust settles a little bit. So the first bag that I want to start with is arguably the biggest, but I think that it is the most essential, and this is just a really great roller suitcase, specifically one with a four-wheel design. I just feel like this is the most functional. It's the easiest to push around the airport without having to evenly distribute weight when you're like rocking your suitcase to get back on the two wheels. It doesn't flip over. It's just a really nice, easy suitcase to use. The four-wheel feature is just one thing that makes this AWAY luggage so great in my opinion. Now, I have done a million videos on AWAY luggage. I've compared the different sizes. I've packed the different sizes for you. I've just done a straight up review on the luggage itself. So I'm not gonna go into severe detail in this video about this suitcase in particular, but I do want to hit the highlights for you. A really cool feature of this luggage, which I feel like a lot of people know about at this point, is the smart design of it. So the smaller sizes, the carry-on and the bigger carry-on, come with an actual removable battery charging pack. So this allows you to charge your phone or your Kindle or your iPad or whatever you're using for entertainment on the road. It eliminates you having to look for outlets. It's also really great if maybe you forget your travel adapters and you need to charge your phone or something like that. It has saved our lives numerous times. Also, the fact that it's removable allows you to stick it in your backpack that you may be taking with you throughout the day, so that if you've been like taking a lot of pictures or video on your phone or something, you can charge it up while you're sitting at lunch. The inside of these suitcases is also extremely functional. The zipper runs straight down the middle of the suitcase, so you pack equal amounts of things on both sides. Now, one side of the suitcase just comes with one big open zipper pocket. This is typically where I like to put shoes and accessories, just kind of the things beyond clothes, because I like to put my clothes on the other side that comes with a big flap that folds over it and actually tightens it down with the straps. Inside that zipper pocket that flaps over, I typically put socks and underwear and little small things, but I like that it has that compression pad that kind of pushes my clothes down and allows me to fit as much as humanly possible in that other side. But if you're interested in seeing me pack this luggage, I'll be sure to link this video in the description box below for you to go check out. I'm seriously impressed by these suitcases again and again. I have gotten so many people in my life these suitcases as gifts because I truly just don't think there's something better out there. Another thing that's always going with me on every single trip, whether that be domestic or international, is this cosmetics bag. I'm really, really picky when it comes to cosmetics bags because I want it to do everything. I want it to hold my makeup, I want it to hold my makeup brushes, I want it to hold every toiletry, my toothbrush, my retainer, everything. I don't like having a million different little bags in my suitcase. I like having everything in one place. Plus, the square design makes it really easy to fit inside the AWAY luggage really nicely. Because I travel a ton for work, my cosmetics bag remains mostly packed. This is a way for me to not forget basic essentials that I need to use every single time, and it's just easy for me to go on a trip, and if I run out of contact solution, I immediately replace it, put it back in the bag, and then it's not something that I'm leaving out the next time I go to pack. But the elements of a really good cosmetics bag for travel, in my opinion, it has three different sections. So you have one right here, you have a zipper pocket for all of these small travel size bottles. The second element is a place to house your makeup brushes. I especially love that it has this clear flap so that you don't get the powders and everything from your makeup brushes onto your travel bottles, and it also keeps your makeup brushes a little bit more sanitary. The third element that makes for a good cosmetics bag is one big open pocket. The things that stay in this big open pit all of the time are things like ponytail holders, a travel hairbrush, lotion, deodorant, a contact case, floss, something to hold my hair back when I wash my face, a little travel size powder, toothpaste, and just some little clip to hold my hair back when I'm styling it. Now to this big open pocket, I also add the things I mentioned before. So all of the makeup that I'm packing, toothbrush and retainer and things that I use on a daily basis that can't remain packed here all the time. And I just think that this makes for the perfect bag for all of your travel toiletries. You can store it on the counter of your hotel room or your Airbnb, and I just like having it all compact and all in one. Now you can fit a surprising amount of stuff in here, but it will take up a lot of room in your suitcase, and that gives a lot of people pause sometimes. This one specifically I got from Target, but you can find a million of these. And I'll link a couple of options in the description box down below. I found a couple on Amazon that are just like this because Target no longer sells this specific bag. So in addition to the actual roller bag suitcase that comes with me on every trip, I always have another sort of personal item as a carry-on. I do try to avoid checking my bags as often as possible just because I like having everything with me. I'm saving the time going to baggage claim. So I actually have two different options of backpacks. Now I am very much pro backpack and not like a shoulder bag. I think that backpacks are a lot easier to carry around, especially when they're really heavy. And I really love backpacks that fit onto the handle of my rolling suitcase. So both of the backpacks I'm going to show you do have that feature, but they have different purposes, so that's why I'm showing you both. Now this backpack is definitely the newest to me, and this comes from a brand called Calpak. This is their Kaya laptop bag. And this bag actually was sent to me by Calpak for free for review purposes. This is something that I had my eye on for months. The purpose of this bag for me, it's my everyday work backpack, but it also seamlessly transitions into work travel, which is what I like so much about it. And it's also what my traditional, like, you know, school North Face backpack was lacking. So this, first of all, looks a lot nicer than the other backpack that I was using. I definitely looked like I was still going to class in college with the other North Face backpack. I love the blue, I love the stitch detail, I love the gold zippers. I think that everything about it looks extremely nice, but it doesn't only look nice, it's actually an extremely functional bag. So like I mentioned, I love bags that allow me to slip it onto my actual rolling suitcase so that if things are a little bit heavy, I can always stick it on the suitcase. I have it all right there in front of me. It's also especially nice if you're in an area where you feel a little bit unsafe or you're in big crowds of people and you just want to keep your eye on both of your bags at all times. If you open up the back section of this backpack here, this is actually the separate laptop sleeve. It's really padded on both sides, so I do feel like my computer is very well protected. It fits up to a 15-inch laptop. For me, my work laptop is 13 inches, so it has ample space. And I also like that there's still room in front of where you actually keep your laptop for you to house things like folders, other notebooks or planners, or anything that you use for work on a daily basis. On this front zipper pocket, this is where the everyday things live outside of the laptop. This is where I keep my planner. This is where I keep folders of additional papers and materials that I need regularly. This is where I keep my computer phone charger. And then I love that it has these two inside pockets. And that's where I keep pens and Sharpies that I have to use quite often. And the other pocket keeps things like my wireless mouse and also the little adapter that allows it to hook up to computers and different things like that. I think that this little small zipper pocket right here is great for items that you want to reach for consistently throughout your travels. So you want it to be easy to reach, easy to access. So for me, this would be things like my Kindle or maybe even my travel wallet. Now, the thing that I love about this is this isn't a huge bag, but no space is wasted. It's not a bottomless pit. You can see everything when you open it. And I love that the zippers come down so low to where, again, you're never like just reaching your hand down there just hoping that you're grabbing the right thing. When this first came in, I was like, these straps seem kind of skinny, and that always worries me because I don't want a heavy bag to dig into my neck and my shoulders. I definitely don't get that feeling with this, and I will say everything I carry around for work all the time is pretty heavy. I also think that this bag inherently is a little bit heavy, but just know that when this is on your back, the weight is so evenly distributed that it does not feel extremely heavy. It's also a great size on me. I'm pretty petite, 5'2", and sometimes backpacks can overwhelm me. You'll see the next backpack that I'll talk about is also this square shape, which I think I actually prefer in backpacks. I think that you can actually fit a lot more in them. Needless to say, this Kaya laptop bag is something I have been loving for work and work travel. So So the next backpack that I want to mention comes from Amazon, and this is by the brand Solo New York, and this is just an amazing long haul backpack. Now this is typically what I'll use if I'm traveling for pleasure and not for work. I don't typically like to repurpose my work backpack and my like personal travel backpack because they serve completely different purposes for me. Now this one specifically is great for your longer trips because it opens up like a suitcase. So you can pretty much pack, I don't know, 3 to 5 additional outfits in this, or you could use this to carry additional pairs of shoes, or this could carry things like your Kindle and your iPad and things that you want to use for entertainment, as well as some toiletries that you might want to have on your person. I just think that this is so incredibly functional and allows you to pack the maximum amount of things possible without, tipping the scales on your roller suitcase or your backpack. Again, this has that great feature that allows you to slip this part right here over the handles of your suitcase. It also has this really nice little hidden pocket on the bottom. That's typically where you could store smaller things like maybe ponytail holders or Kleenexes or wipes or things of that sort that you just want easy access to, but isn't insanely valuable. It also has a nice pocket on the inside where you can fit flatter things. That's typically where I'll keep my additional pair of clothes or something that's soft but flat, because you don't want this to be like bulging too much to where you can't actually close the backpack easily. Then moving on to the big area on the inside, this is where most of your items will go. Now it has this really great pocket that unrolls on the bottom and allows you to pack an additional pair of shoes without letting those germy things touch everything else in your backpack. And it also has some really nice small concealed pockets on the inside for things like memory cards, maybe a small wallet, just little things that you don't want to lose track of but can fit on the inside of these pockets. This is something that has come with me on many trips abroad, and it still looks brand new. I love that it's so easy to wipe down. I also like that it's just black and it's plain and nothing's calling attention to it. It's just a black backpack. I honestly can't say enough good things about this backpack. Again, that same packing video where I packed the AWAY luggage for the 2-week trip, I packed this backpack for you, so you can really get a better look about how much capacity it has in different ways that you could utilize all of its different features. So the next couple things are not exactly bags with the exception of one. And I do like to use packing cubes, but I don't use them in the ordinary way that people use packing cubes. I don't necessarily put all of my clothes and all of the contents of my suitcase in a packing cube. On the whole, I found that I can fit more if I can stuff things into the little nooks and crannies. However, I have friends that just got finished traveling for an entire year and they used packing cubes for all of their clothes successfully, and they fit a ton in there. So different strokes for different folks, but for me, I really like the smaller size packing cubes for things like shoes or electronic cords or things that you want to either keep away from your clean clothes or keep corralled all together so that you don't lose pieces and parts. Now these are also great if you don't bring some sort of wet bag and maybe you're going on a beach vacation. You can stick your semi-wet bathing suit in here and it's probably okay. And I've also been known to use these on day trips. So one time we went on this kayaking trip in Croatia and I brought along a packing cube just to hold things like my wallet that were then put into a wet bag because I was easily able to fold this up and it came along with us. They typically have handles, which is really nice, so you can use these for a day out. So typically I'll have 1 or 2 packing cubes with me holding all sorts of odds and ends, primarily shoes though, because I don't like the germs from my shoes touching all of my clean clothes. Another bag that doesn't come on every trip but definitely goes with me on every international trip I take, and that's some sort of small purse. Now this one specifically comes from the brand called Dagne Dover, and I absolutely love this thing. It does not have a huge capacity, so don't think that this purse is going to allow you to fit all of your junk and things that you typically carry in your purse on a day-to-day basis. No, this makes you pare down everything to the basics. So I love that it has a card slot holder. I'll typically slide my license and 1 credit card in this, and it's on me cross-body, so people can't just like take off with it and run. And then on the inside, again, not a whole lot of space, but it's the perfect amount for your phone, maybe a chapstick or a lipstick. And then you can also put your sunglasses in it when you are like inside someplace. This is just a really awesome, small, functional travel purse. You keep only the essentials on you, which is pretty much all you want to carry around when you're traveling and stuff anyway. You don't want a big bag weighing you down. These also don't take up a ton of room in your travel bag. Once you get the straps all corralled, this can fit really nicely and squish down in your bag without getting super messed up. I will be sure to link this. They come in so many different colors. They do have blacks and grays and some neutrals, but I thought that the blue was just a fun pop of color, especially when I tend to travel with a really neutral like color palette. It's always fun to throw like a blue pop into my outfits through a very functional purse. Now this is something that I use exclusively on international trips, and I couldn't go without mentioning it because I think that these are insanely useful. So on the inside you have all of this space for your cards. So you can leave your thick wallet that you tend to carry around with you domestically all the time at home and just slip your essentials in here. You don't want to travel with every credit card you own. You don't want to travel with every rewards card that you own. So just slip your essentials into the card slots here. On the inside, you have a space to keep cash and also your passport. So you have all of your very important items in one place. And I'll typically tuck this safely inside of a backpack in an inner pocket so that people don't have quick access to it. But this is something that was so nice when we went to Croatia and Greece this past summer. And we took like 6 or 7 flights throughout the trip, just, traveling between the countries and going through customs multiple times. And it was nice to have everything all in one place. This again comes from that Dagne Dover brand, and this is just one of their fun green colors. But these are really, really high quality items that I've gotten a ton of use out of. And that's pretty much it. Those are the key travel bags that I use, all the different ways that I use them, why I have so many different travel bags, but just know that you can make these your own. You don't have to use packing cubes in the same way I do. And maybe you feel like you don't need a travel wallet. Maybe you just want that one purse and you can keep everything in that and just have it on your person. It's all up to you. I feel like travel is so personalized, but these are some of the resources that have helped me have lasted forever. I think that it's very key to invest in good travel gear that you're going to use over and over and over and over again. So I will have all of these items linked in the description box below in case you're interested in checking them out or maybe getting your own for when we can finally all go out and travel again. So if you like this video, then like it, stick around, subscribe, join the community, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!